All right, so we're diving into something pretty specific today. Preoperative instructions, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for IV sedation at Merion Village Dental.
Oh,
You shared that with us.
interesting. Yeah.
And we're going to kind of like pick it apart and see what we can
Break it down. Yeah.
break it down.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Love it.
And, their logo's an apple, and it says every friendship begins with a smile. So it's kind of interesting,
Very wholesome, very friendly.
Yeah, very like, we're going to make this a good experience kind of thing.
Exactly.
So, yeah, our mission is to make sure you understand everything you need to know to like get through this safely and smoothly.
Absolutely. I mean, these instructions are really detailed, and they highlight just how important your well-being is both during and after the sedation.
Right.
So let's get into it.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
So first up, eating and drinking seems to be like a big one.
Yeah,
And it kind of depends on if you're having this procedure in the morning or the afternoon.
that's right.
So morning appointments. It seems like nothing to eat or drink after midnight.
Exactly, nothing after midnight. And that's really to, reduce the risk of nausea or vomiting while you're sedated.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
But if it's an afternoon appointment,
Yeah.
they say you can have a light breakfast.
Right. They're very specific about it, too.
Yeah, it's like 8 ounces of clear liquid,
Mm-hmm.
like 1 egg, a little cereal, 1 piece of toast,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
But it has to be 6 hours before.
At least 6 hours before.
Yeah,
And definitely nothing greasy.
that 6-hour thing seems like a big deal.
It really is. The timing and the type of food you eat can actually have a direct impact on how your body reacts to the sedation.
Huh?
Greasy foods take longer to digest, and that can increase the risk of, complications.
Oh, I see.
So, yeah, 6 hours is key.
Okay, so next up, medications.
Yes.
Looks like you can generally just keep taking what you normally take.
Right, as usual. Take your regular medications with just a small sip of water. But here's a super important point. If you change anything about your meds without talking to the dental team,
Oh?
they might have to cancel your appointment.
Oh, wow.
So communication is super important here.
Right.
Let them know about any changes.
Absolutely. All right, now let's talk about things you need to avoid before the procedure.
Okay.
No alcohol for 24 hours before.
Right. That's pretty standard.
That makes sense.
Yeah, alcohol can really intensify the effects of the sedatives,
Oh,
and that could lead to excessive drowsiness or even breathing problems.
wow.
So, yeah, no alcohol.
Okay. They also say avoid any social drugs or mind-altering drugs.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Anything that could interact with the sedation is a no-go.
Right. And no smoking on the day of.
Hmm.
And then for marijuana or gummies,
Yeah.
it says at least 72 hours.
That's interesting, right? It's a longer time frame.
Yeah, why is that?
Well, it's because substances like marijuana can stay in your system for longer,
Okay.
and they could potentially affect how you respond to the anesthesia.
Wow.
So that 72-hour guideline is probably because of how it's metabolized and the potential for interactions.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's not just like a, be sober kind of thing. It's like,
Right, it's about safety and how your body reacts to everything.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this is kind of more straightforward, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
They say you need to shower or bathe and brush your teeth before your appointment.
Yeah, just general preparation.
Right, just get clean.
It's about hygiene and making sure you're comfortable.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, what about clothes? What should people wear?
Okay, so short sleeve shirts are a must.
Okay.
And they specifically say no one-piece outfits.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
Well, short sleeves allow easy access for the IV line,
Okay.
and one-piece outfits might be a bit tricky for monitoring or if they need to assist you with anything.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Jewelry restrictions seem pretty intense.
They are pretty detailed. You can't wear watches, bracelets, earrings, most rings.
Most rings.
Yeah, except for wedding rings.
Oh.
But you still might be asked to remove it, depending on the situation.
Gotcha.
No necklaces, anklets, or body piercings either.
Wow, so it's pretty much everything.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And it's all for safety reasons.
Okay.
To prevent interference with the monitoring equipment and to avoid any hazards during the procedure.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so no jewelry except maybe your wedding ring.
Exactly.
Okay, and cosmetics. They say no makeup and no nail polish.
Right.
Interesting. And also remove your contact lenses.
Yes, glasses are fine, but contact lenses need to come out.
Okay, why is that?
Well, makeup and nail polish can actually mask important visual cues that the dental team needs to monitor your condition.
Mm.
And contact lenses could cause irritation or complications.
Ah, okay.
So yeah, it's best to avoid those.
Okay, so now this is a really important one. Transportation and supervision.
Yes, this is crucial.
You have to have an adult with you.
Absolutely. Someone 18 or older,
Yeah.
and they need to stay with you the whole time.
So they have to drive you there,
Yeah.
be there during the surgery,
Yes.
and drive you home.
Exact.
But it doesn't end there, right?
No, it doesn't. That same adult or another responsible adult needs to be with you for at least 6 hours after the surgery.
Wow, 6 hours.
Yeah, it's really important.
Why so long?
Well, the effects of the sedation can linger,
Oh, okay.
and you need someone there to ensure your safety during recovery.
That's right. You're probably going to be pretty out of it.
Exactly.
Okay. They also say you have to arrive 20 minutes early.
Yes, punctuality is key.
If you're late, what happens?
Well, it could mean delays or even having to reschedule your appointment.
Oh, wow.
They're serious about that 20-minute window.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Efficient scheduling is essential in any medical setting.
Right.
Arriving early allows for any last-minute preparations without impacting your appointment time.
Gotcha. Okay. So last thing, let's go over the reasons why they might cancel your sedation.
Okay.
This really shows how important it is to follow all these instructions. So if you've eaten or had anything to drink within 6 hours except water with your medication.
Yep, that's an automatic cancellation. You can't have anything in your stomach.
Right. If you don't have a responsible adult to drive you.
That's another big one.
And if you have a cold or are sick.
Yeah, any illness that could increase the risks associated with sedation?
So it's not just about like being inconvenient or annoying.
No, not at
It's
all.
like serious stuff.
Absolutely. Ignoring those dietary restrictions could lead to major complications under sedation.
Wow.
And having a responsible adult present is non-negotiable because of the after effects of the medication.
Right.
And being sick just significantly elevates the risks involved with sedation.
So basically don't mess around.
Right. These aren't just arbitrary rules. They're there to protect you.
It really makes you think, huh?
Yeah.
Like they've really thought this through at Merion Village Dental.
They have.
Oh,
Every instruction from what you can eat to who needs to be with you is designed with your well-being in mind.
it's all about safety.
And
Well, I think we've covered pretty much everything.
I think so.
You know, all these preparations really make you appreciate how seriously they take patient safety.
Absolutely. It shows their commitment to making this procedure as safe and smooth as possible.
So considering all these details, what does this level of instruction tell you about the importance of patient well-being in these kinds of procedures?
That's a good question. It really makes you think about the importance of every single step.
It does. Thanks for joining me for this deep dive.
Of course, my pleasure.
It's been really informative.
I agree.
All right, everyone, until next time.
See ya. Bye.